Whispers in the Harmattan Wind. Chapter 1. Linda's Return. The bustling streets of Bamenda faded into the background as Linda stood frozen outside the airport, her heart pounding. After 5 long years, she was finally home. But the Cameroon she'd left behind felt like a distant memory, and the man waiting for her inside was now a stranger. Linda took a deep breath, the warm air heavy with unspoken words and missed opportunities. With trembling hands, she pushed open the doors. There he was. Molo. His eyes, those same deep brown eyes that had once looked at her with such adoration, now held a storm of emotions she couldn't decipher. Linda, Molo said, his voice barely above a whisper. Molo, she replied, the familiar name feeling foreign on her tongue. They stood in awkward silence, the weight of 5 years apart hanging between them like a veil. Finally, Molo spoke. You look different. Linda managed a weak smile. So do you. As they made their way to Molo's car, the tension was palpable. Linda's mind raced with memories of their last night together, the tears, the promises, the heartbreak of her decision to leave for medical school in France. In the car, Molo's knuckles were white on the steering wheel. Why did you come back? He asked, his voice tight. Linda's breath caught in her throat. I needed to see you. To explain. Explain what, Linda? How you left without a real goodbye. How you stopped answering my calls after a year. His words stung, but Linda knew she deserved them. I was scared, Molo. Scared of holding you back, scared of failing. And I wasn't scared. Molo's voice cracked. I was terrified every day you were gone. Terrified you'd forget me, terrified you'd find someone else. And then you just disappeared. Tears welled in Linda's eyes. I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing. Chapter 2. Memories and Realizations. They pulled up to a small cafe, the same one where they'd shared their first kiss all those years ago. As they sat down, the familiar scent of roasted plantains and coffee brought a flood of memories. Do you remember Dash? They both started at the same time, then laughed nervously. For a moment, the years melted away, and they were just Linda and Molo again, 2 kids in love. But reality crashed back as Molo's phone buzzed. Linda caught a glimpse of the screen, a message from my love. Her heart sank. You've moved on, she said softly. Molo's face was a mask of pain and confusion. What did you expect, Linda? That I'd put my life on hold? No, I don't know what I expected. They sat in silence, the weight of missed opportunities and unspoken words hanging heavy between them. Finally, Linda spoke. I came back because I realized something, Molo. All these years, all my accomplishments, they meant nothing without you to share them with. Molo's eyes softened, but there was still hurt there. Linda, I dash. No, please, she interrupted. Let me finish. I know I hurt you. I know I don't deserve a second chance. But I had to tell you. I never stopped loving you. Not for a single day. Molo's breath hitched. He reached across the table, his fingers barely touching hers. Linda, Chapter 3. The Fiancé. Just then, a woman approached their table. Molo. Is everything okay? Linda's heart shattered as she realized this must be the "my love" from the text. Molo looked between the 2 women, his face a canvas of conflicting emotions. Linda, this is Marie, my fiancé. The word hung in the air like a death knell to Linda's hopes. As Marie extended her hand, Linda fought back tears. She managed a weak smile, shaking Marie's hand. It's nice to meet you, she lied. Molo's eyes never left Linda's face, 1,000 unspoken words passing between them. In that moment, surrounded by the sounds and scent of the Bamenda they once knew, Linda and Molo faced the cruel reality of timing and choices. love, once so certain, now stood on a knife's edge, with the power to heal or destroy. Chapter 4: The Crossroads. As the Harmattan Wind whispered through the streets of Bamenda, carrying with it the dust of the Sahara and the weight of their shared history, Linda and Molo found themselves at a crossroads. The choice they would make in the next few moments would shape not just their futures, but the very essence of who they were and who they might become. Linda stood up, her eyes filled with unshed tears. "I should go," she said, her voice trembling. Molo looked on, his eyes pleading with hers. "Linda, wait. This doesn't have to be the end." Linda shook her head, a sad smile on her lips. "No, Molo. You've moved on. And I need to respect that. I needed you to know how I felt." Marie watched them, her expression unreadable. "Molo, maybe you and Linda should talk," she said gently. "I'll give you two some space." Molo nodded, gratitude in his eyes. "Thank you, Marie." As Marie walked away, Molo turned back to Linda. "I never stopped loving you either, Linda. But things are different now. I'm engaged. I have a life here." "I know," Linda whispered. "I just wanted you to know. And maybe, someday, we can find a way to be friends." Molo nodded slowly. "I'd like that." They stood there, the wind carrying away their words, their hearts heavy with the weight of what could have been. Linda turned and walked away, her heart breaking with each step. But she knew she had to let go, to allow Molo to live the life he had built without her. As she left the cafe, Linda felt a strange sense of peace. She had finally said what she needed to say. And even though it didn't change the past, it gave her the strength to face the future.